My name is Martha Udani, and I'm pursuing a master's degree in education in elementary education because I've always wanted to be a teacher. Here's my professional growth plan. In this presentation, I will explain the degree requirements for the Masters of Education in Elementary Education at Grand Canyon University, as well as the educational and licensure requirements for the state of Texas. I will then comment on how I will demonstrate high standards as an educator and how I will reflect on my teaching practices to improve student learning. Thirdly, I will state my professional learning goals, how I plan to achieve them, and what resources I will use. The Grand Canyon University Masters of Education in Elementary Education consists of 13 six-week classes with 104 field experience hours. The capstone event is a 70-day student teaching program. Upon completion of a bachelor's degree or higher, a teacher candidate must pass certification exams relevant to their field of teaching. Teachers can take supplemental exams in addition, such as ESL, Science of Teaching, Reading, and a Gifted and Talented. Teacher candidates must then submit a state application and complete fingerprinting as part of a national criminal background check. The state of Texas mandates 150 hours of continuing professional education every 5 years. All students have the ability to learn. The ways in which they learn best must be used to the advantage of the student and the educator. In identifying the areas in which students possess talent and where they need work, educators are able to use that framework to inform the way that they teach. In a constant cycle of gathering data, acting on that information, and assessing outcomes, we find out what works well for individual students. In knowing what their students' talents and interests are, educators can use that as a base to keep students engaged and interested. Students do well when the expectations, whether it be for behavior or lessons, are clear and given up front. When students can see the goal line and know the steps to get there, they are more likely to be invested in the process and eager to learn the steps. Taking into account the talents, interests, and abilities of students allows the educator to create lessons that keep students excited about coming to school and learning. This fosters a love of learning for life. Teachers must also be sure that students have equal and equitable access to tech and also advocate for use of tech that is beneficial, while also safeguarding student records that are stored and transmitted digitally. Educators must also model ethical behavior. They must also be mindful of their relationships that they have with students, peers, and their community so as not to create the appearance of duality. Ethical behavior also entails respect for the unique culture, background, and characteristics of the individual student. I believe it's important for an educator to know their students. Through journaling and writing prompts, I will be able to get a sense of the student's ability to write using proper sentence structure, spelling, and grammar. Students will tell me through their writing who they are as a person, and thusly I will be better able to serve them as an educator by teaching in a way that is interesting to them. By responding to journals, I will model correct sentence structure, grammar, and spelling. This informative and encouraging feedback will help to enhance students' writing skills. I will use real-time checks on learning to track progression of skills and understanding of knowledge. Things such as asking a question and having students raise hands for different answers will allow me to quickly assess if I need to explain the information in a different way to aid understanding while I teach. At multiple points in a unit, I plan to give non-graded quizzes to test knowledge. This will help me to group students by their current level of understanding at any time. Grouping students in leveled groups will allow me to work with groups at their level and pace. Conversely, mixing students in groups will potentially benefit those students that need additional supports while the group practices teamwork and inclusiveness. Also, asking students to participate by giving their own examples or demonstrating the skill helps me to gauge their understanding and through practice makes the student more comfortable speaking or performing in front of others. By continually assessing each student's grasp of the material, I will be able to give that student the additional supports to achieve the learning objective or give the exceptional student additional activities to enhance their growth. I live in an area with a high population of Spanish-speaking people. Children who are Spanish speakers first and English language learners would benefit greatly from having educators who are able to effectively communicate with them. I'm not a Spanish speaker, but I'm slowly learning through apps and friends. My plan is to enroll in Elementary Spanish 1 language course at Northeast Lakeview College upon the completion of this degree and placement as an educator. From there, I will progressively take sophisticated classes until my fluency is at a point where I can converse naturally with students. While I am enrolled at Grand Canyon University, I plan to take advantage of the 240 tutoring that is offered. The program offers digital study guides, diagnostic tests, instructional content, and quizzes to assist teacher candidates in preparing for the ESL certification exam. I plan on using resources available to Waterford.org, such as learningforjustice.org, to enhance my understanding of and help me to more expertly apply differentiation to my classroom. Differentiation offers the best opportunity for students of all abilities to maximize their learning experience. I plan to collaborate constantly with my peers to share techniques and learn each other's techniques. In addition, fellow teachers will be able to recommend training resources they and their students have benefited from. Differentiation does take practice and dedication. My plan is to continue to learn ways to use differentiation in the classroom. That is my presentation. Thank you.